بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. The topic today will be inshallah التوحيد. Okay. التوحيد, meaning from the verb وحد, to unify, to make something one. Okay, this is the meaning of Tawheed. Okay, let me just move this a little bit, inshallah, so you can see the board. Can you see the board okay? Yeah? Alhamdulillah. So, At-Tawheed is one of the most talked about things nowadays because it's the most controversial thing for the kuffar. It is the Tawheed which makes the kuffar afraid of Islam. It is the Tawheed which makes the kuffar angry with Islam. It is Tawheed that makes the kuffar in opposition to Islam. Tawheed is one of the hardest things for the mushrikeen to accept because it shakes everything that they know and they believe. Ibn Abbas said that التوحيد أشد على الناس من الموت. He said that the Tawheed is harder on the people even than death. Some people would rather die than accept Tawheed even though they know it's the truth. Because the Tawheed will take away everything that they have grown up with from the shirk and the things that they've loved and attached themselves to. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he said about the mushrikeen, the reason why they couldn't accept the Tawheed was because of all the effort and money and things that they sacrifices that they've made for their idols, dreaming about what will happen in the hereafter, thinking they'll go to Jannah for that because of what they sacrificed for their idols. So all of that sacrifice and all of that effort and spending that they've put into and investment they put into their idols, it makes them have this love and attachment to the idols that they can't give it up. Even if they know that the idols are not real. Even if they know that it's the truth. When somebody says to you that Wahidullah makes exclusivity to Allah, only worship Allah, La ilaha illallah, when somebody tells you these things, they know it's the truth. But they cannot give up all those things that they have invested in and spent, and they cannot accept that they've wasted it. They cannot accept that everything they've done up until now was a waste. And that love and attachment to their own idols, whether it was a stone or a rock or a cross or a tree or democracy or freedom or secularism, whatever it was, they cannot give it up. And they, sometimes they feel proud about it and angry. That's what Allah says, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. When it said to them, look, there's none worthy of worship except for Allah, they become arrogant. They feel, how can I have been wrong all this time? How can it not be correct? How can secularism, freedom not be correct? I was with a French journalist yesterday and I was surprised, I was shocked at the blind patriotism of some journalists and this blind faith in the concept of freedom of speech, even when he sees this contradiction. I asked him, look, you either believe in freedom of speech or restriction of speech. Which one do you believe? He said, no, I absolutely believe in freedom of speech, but you have to have some restriction. You don't understand, you just contradict yourself. These two cannot go together. You either believe in laws or you believe in freedom. So just say, look, you're liberal, but you believe in restricting speech like everybody else, but you believe in, having a wide latitude and liberalism, being very liberal in most things. But some things, of course, you have to stop. So you can't, use this emotive language and slogans like freedom of speech. When you see that it's a fallacy, like the Christians, when you say to them that Allah is only one, so how can He be three? They can see that is a problem, but they can't accept it. Okay, so you see, this is what Mu'adh ibn Jabal as well, he said about the Christians of Najran. He said that the Tawheed was harder on those Christians. They were so stubborn. It was harder on them than for a mountain to fall on their head. They'd rather stick to their own shirk than to accept Tawheed. Okay. But the Tawheed, what is it? It's something which is very simple. and it is the most obvious thing for any sincere person that thinks about their purpose in life, about God, about where we came from and where this world came from. So linguistically, okay, at-Tawheed from wahada. Okay, it means to unify. Okay, means to unify or to make something one. Okay, even when we talk about the ummah, uniting the ummah, okay, we can say that, you can use the word Tawheed to say Tawheed al-Ummah. We want to have the unity of the Ummah, to unite everybody on basically on just on one thing. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. Unite together on the rope of Allah. So to unify and bring together, make it only one, not to be separate, not make it two. This is included. And wahda as well means to make one, to make something just to be one. Mean that you completely reject the possibility of a second. You're saying, if we say Tawheed for Allah, we're saying Allah is the only one, there cannot be a second, there cannot be a third or a fourth, can be no partners. Okay, as well it means ifrad. Okay, which means, exclusivity. Okay, mean it's something which is exclusive. You give that exclusively to its owner. Okay. For example, if we say that this is my laptop, there's a difference between saying this is my laptop and saying this is our laptop. We share it together. One has a partnership where people are partners in a business. For example, they all have a share in that business. And somebody could be the sole owner of a business. It's exclusively his, only to him. Okay, so that is his. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, there are certain things which are completely exclusive to Allah, like His names and attributes. Nobody else shares that name or attribute. Nobody else can have that right, the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this ifrad is very important. Okay, we say Allah, He is, al-fard al-samad. He is the one which is exclusive. He is al-ahad. Al-fard is not His name, but His attribute. Okay, we have ifrad. We offer and we give exclusivity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like sometimes the journalists say to you, look, they want it to be exclusive. They don't want you to speak to any other journalist, only for them alone. This is the same thing when we talk about the Tawheed, ifrad, exclusivity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We offer something which is for Allah alone, we don't offer it to anybody else. We don't allow anybody to have any share of it besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We only have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exclusively. Okay, so we're talking about here to unite.